Welcome to America, the land of opportunity. For the next 7 days, I'm going to be training with Niagara University. I'll be living life like a D1 college athlete, and I'll be trying to figure out if this really is the American dream. It was 6 AM and I was on my way to Niagara University. I was nervous, but also excited about what this week would bring. I was meeting head coach Bill, his assistant Dave, and the rest of the squad at 7 AM sharp.
So you two have got a lot of work on your hands then?
Pretty much. It's all right.
But no, it's good, man. We got everything we need. We're happy.
After our introductions, Bill and Dave walked me to the dressing room. It was my first opportunity to see what the student athletes had access to here.
Alberto,
Alberto, okay,
nice
Spanish.
Yeah, Spanish.
Yeah.
I'm Juan.
Colombian.
Colombian, okay, nice. Very international squad.
Yeah.
Sam,
I'm Tommy. Nice to meet you.
Tommy, nice to meet you. As I worked my way through a series of introductions with the squad, it became apparent that this was a collective of players from across the globe. I'm just blown away by the facilities, like...
Deadly, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a different level.
Yeah. It is for every sport as well.
Fellow Scotsman and friend Lucas Fenton is a senior in the squad. He'd been living in the States for 4 years now and had climbed his way up from the very bottom to the very top division of college soccer. Well, is it usually quite tough? Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday are tough. Yeah, especially after the result of the weekend. Did you see?
3-3?
Yeah, but we were 3-1
up. Half time, Bill said.
So not ideal.
Best we can.
Oof, it's a bit stinky in here, isn't it? I like the drying technique.
Yeah. Hangers and all
Tell you
that.
what though, it's a lovely changing room.
Yeah.
It stinks, but it's nice. A purple eagle for the week. It's beautiful.
Work on 3, 1, 2, 3, work!
Yep.
Go on, Matthias. Go, come fast. Good. Yeah.
Go on. Yes!
So we're going to look at a different formation today, so pay attention. Iona's a beatable team. They've had Binghamton beat them, Stonehill beat them, Bryant beat them. This is a winnable game and it puts us right in the hunt. It puts us right up to the top.
Day one of training was a blast. There were some really talented players in the squad. I had another few days of intense training ahead of me, and so I grabbed a chat with head coach Bill to get a deeper insight into what it means to play soccer in America.
I feel like men's soccer in this country is catching fire. Soccer's here, it always was here. My parents' generation, not many of them played, so they didn't appreciate the game as much. My generation and younger, we've all grown up playing. Yeah, some players are ready when they're 18, but we have a 25-year-old on our team. The pro clubs overseas are realizing that, as the MLS clubs are here, 95% or more aren't going to make it regardless. So what's the problem with sending them to an environment that they can also get an education? After financial aid and merit money and stuff like that, an average is probably around $15,000 to $20,000 a year for a good education in America. They're getting a pro level experience to some degree, and then the brotherhood itself, you can't put a value on that they'll have for the rest of their life.
First day of training wrapped up. I'm officially a Purple Eagle. Very welcoming, staff were excellent as well. The facilities are on a par with what I experienced at Celtic, if not even better. So it's a very attractive place to come and play football. The players undergo a strict 2 gym session per week schedule. They're in a developmental stage, being late teens and early 20s, and so they work hard. The trainer ensures they focus on lifting heavy earlier in the week and then move into more explosive movements later in the week as match day gets closer. In typical fashion, like most clubs I've played at, the American and British eat up the gym work. The Spanish, on the other hand, weren't so keen. I think that's a cultural thing. They just want to play football. Mealtime for the players was somewhat overwhelming. It was an all-you-can-eat buffet where you had the opportunity to eat whatever you wanted. They had everything in the menu, from a pristine salad bar to a make-your-own waffle machine. The players in the team have the ability to eat like an athlete, but they also have the ability to eat whatever they want. Another luxury of life here on campus. Why did you choose this route or this path for you? What was the kind of attraction to it?
If you are in Spain, right? You are in the 4th tier, in the 5th tier. That's already a really good level. it's hard for a top team in that country to contact you.
Yeah.
Right? You are, at the end of the day, there's like more leagues above you. But here, you do a good season in D1 and you actually have like the top teams in the country, even in this area in Canada, the CPL, the MLS, they are actually looking at D1 players.
Yeah.
So that's a really good thing.
Morning training and feed complete. It was time to see the other side of life for the players. School. We followed Lucas as he set off for the rest of his day. 5 hours of classes awaited him. And then, it was work time. I grabbed a coffee and caught up with Lucas, who was the head barista at the university's Tim Hortons. So you're balancing school, you're balancing full-time football, and you're balancing a job.
Absolutely. So when you're an international student here, the only place you can work is on the campus. But yeah, the main reason is just to get a little bit more money coming in. It's tough, but my day's pretty structured. Like training in the morning, then class, and then obviously coming here afterwards. And this is a little bit, I don't know, quite enjoy it. It's relaxing.
7 a.m. starts and 7 p.m. finishes. An action-packed day for the players. And then it was time to do it all again. This morning I sat down with Lucas for a stretch before training. I wanted to find out why he'd made the move here. Obviously you've got a bit of perspective now looking back, but would you say this was the right choice for you coming to the States as opposed to staying like in Scotland?
Definitely. The timing of which I came to the States was pretty good, you know. Because I'd just been released from my academy. I spent a year at Kelly Hearts. My mum had always been wanting me to keep going with my education, and it's almost hard to balance the two a little bit at home. Training every day, especially with players from all over the world as well. Like it's such a mixed bag here. I couldn't even name the amount of nationalities that I've got, people I've played with. As the years have gone on, you build more of a community here, so you feel like it's a bit of a home away from home rather than the other way around, you know?
Yeah.
There was one Christmas I went home and I was like looking forward to coming back the other way, which had never happened before, you know? So no, it's been good.
Day 2 of training, Niagara University. They train 5 mornings per week. They also do 3 gym sessions, so they're all athletes. Now it's time for me to get stuck into day 2.
Right, open up the trap. Right.
Up, back, through.
Mic'd up, bro?
Yeah, Sam.
What's up, dude?
So after training with Niagara University, I've got a better understanding of Bill and David. They've got a really good dynamic. Bill's more kind of level-headed, kind of wiser, more experienced coach.
All right, we think they're going to play a 4-2-3-1. We are not the team they want to be coming up here to play.
David, the assistant, is quite like fiery and energetic, and he gets the boys going.
Okay, it's a pass and a sprint. Smack it. Aye. Come on, come on. Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Dave as a character is an interesting one. The highlight for me was when he pulled out his Ronaldinho boots.
But yes, there's a box behind that red thing. Fucking slipping yesterday. Ronaldinho's, baby. A lot of goals. Ladies loved him.
He seems like a bit of an enigma, but Dave will tell you he's a good player.
Wait, Wrinkles. See if I can pull it off. Drive it, drive it. Lay it off there. Make that easy, baby. Oh, my bad, bro.
I would enjoy playing under them. They have the serious aspect to them, but they also want to know the players or the person behind the player. Dave, especially just from hearing him during the warm-up and stuff like that, he's asking the boys questions, you know, about their lives, about their girlfriends, about things outside of football, off the pitch. The coaches care, and I think that is one of the most important things in terms of getting the most out of an individual, out of a player, is that you care about them. With so many international players in the team, I wanted to hear from some players who are a little more local. I sat down with PC and Luca, 2 players who are from just across the border in Canada. What's your ultimate goal from attending a programme like this?
Ultimately, the goal is definitely to end up playing professionally at some point.
I mean, obviously the MLS would be like the dream, but then there's like the USL Championship, that would also be a good option. Going to like a D1 program, seeing the level of the football, being in that level, developing, I think that'll help you get to like the final goal if you want to get into some of those leagues in the States.
Do you feel there's a good pathway from college football to professional football in the US?
I mean, it's developing. It's definitely better than it was like 20 years ago. There's this one example of a player who's on the Canadian national team now.
Moise Bombito. He's a good example of someone who went from a junior college to a good D1 program, drafted into the MLS, and then now he's off to Europe. And there's also the MLS Next Pro League.
A lot of guys will just go to MLS Next Pro to just develop for a year, and then that's when they'll either, you know, sign you or you look at other options.
It was interesting to hear the ambitions of the players and how they saw a path from college soccer to pro, but it did leave me wondering what options were actually available to them. With that in mind, I headed to Buffalo. I was on my way to meet Peter Marlett, the president of Buffalo Pro Soccer, a team who he was building from the ground up.
Our goal is to be playing in USL Championship in 2026, which is the second division of professional soccer beneath Major League Soccer. People from Buffalo are tough, people from Buffalo work. Buffalo is also becoming a much more diverse city. We are embracing immigrants and refugees from all over the world and welcoming them to this city. So we need to be representing that. Buffalo is one of the proudest professional sports cities in the country. If we build a club that in everything we do represents the city of Buffalo, they're gonna come out. There's talent in this city that without something in their backyard to aspire to and an actual path to get there is being lost. I hope that we are bringing players from Buffalo, from this region, up through our academy, getting them their minutes and their first contracts on the first time, and then sending them out globally. We need players who will do whatever it takes to represent this community, because that's what this community has done for 100+ years.
Thank you to today's sponsor, Future Pro USA. Their mission is to guide players from the UK and Ireland across here to the States and live life like a D1 college soccer player. Check the link in the description of this video and start your scholarship journey today with Future Pro USA. On my return from Buffalo, I stopped off at Lucas and Spina's house. They stayed in a quiet neighbourhood 2 minutes off campus with their girlfriends. Alison, Lucas's girlfriend, had started a small business cutting the team's hair. The lads form a brotherhood like no other.
I mean, obviously, for game day, you have to look good. I'm telling you, last time she did my hair, I scored a hat-trick in like 3 minutes.
Spina was Niagara's resident Brazilian. I wanted to hear what he thought on life and football in the States.
There's many Brazilian players who come here because in Brazil, when you reach a certain age, you have to kind of choose between football and studying. That's a nice thing about the opportunity here, you know, because it gives people the opportunity to keep like balancing both. For me, football in Brazil, it's kind of a different sport compared to here in America. I struggle to adapt to it a little bit. In Brazil, we have this idea that we have to take care of the ball all the time. Here, it's more like direct sport. It's a different thing we need to adapt. And it's a new thing to add to our game. I don't see myself going back to Brazil yet. I feel that there's so much more to see. So I would like to know more people, keep traveling, keep experiencing new things. The biggest advice that I would give to people who are coming here would be to embrace the culture, because that makes it easier to adapt and to create connections.
The players in the squad were not just footballers, they were eloquent individuals, reaping the rewards of their blended experience here in the States. With one final training session left, it was time for the players to put the final pieces together ahead of match day. Yeah. Yes. Oh. So we're mid-session right now. It's a lot more tactical. They're starting to look towards the game on Saturday. I'm pretending to be the opposition for this weekend. We're going to do some waves of attack.
Here we go.
Finish, big man! Well done!
Get used to this. And get used to this Instagram life.
Yellow's down here. Yellow's down behind me.
The one player that stood out for me is the striker, Dominic. He's a big, powerful lad. He's only 19 years old. He told me he used to be a sprinter, so he's really fast, really powerful. They call him the locomotive, so I'm looking forward to seeing him in the game on the weekend. The main platform, when you can tell if a player's good or not, is on game day.
Come on in, come on in. This is not a fucking good team Saturday. They're an average team. Stonehill beat them. Stonehill, who beat you last year and also beat Boston College last year, by the way, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but they had nothing. They're not an amazing team. Just play simple. Bring it in.
And on 3, 1, 2, 3.
My training week was over with Niagara. Over just a few days, I'd connected with some incredible individuals and gained a deeper insight into the players' lives. The experience had left a lasting impression on me. At the start of this week, I arrived at Niagara University and I had no idea what to expect. And to be honest with you, it's been pretty remarkable. The one question I had when I was 16 years old, when my friends started to come over here, was, would that be a better option for me? And I think if I wasn't at Celtic, this is 100% the thing that I would have done. These boys will be ready physically if they want to play pro after college, but they'll also have an education, they'll have a degree, so they can go off and get a job as well. This is really a dream place for you to come. This feels like the American dream.